It's better to address it head on as opposed to letting someone else run with it.
Georgia Clark. I don't need any
I
art.
like how the fact that I think you're the only one
Thanks, though.
properly
I'm not going to give you
monetizing
my
the
Discord.
response. So, you know what I mean? But go ahead. What's going on with Ari Spears? I seen the Boosie situation. I want to update on that as
So I'm gonna tell you how I met you, boy. I didn't meet you, and how I found out who you were. So we playing at Little Rock on the Hill, Arkansas, and we make it to the Final Four. We end up making it to the Final Four.
Side court.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you should. You beat about 60. So we come on the court. We got a little reversible jersey. We just starting to get our foot in the door, and you came on the court, and you was like, "What? We about to play? What the f is this?" I'm like, "Who was that?" They like, ask Coach Conley. Coach Conley put me to the side. That's Mike Biggs. He best player in the country. I was like, "Yeah." Coach Conley like, "No, it's gonna be you. He can play, and he's real good. We gotta be locked in." Now you bring the group in. He's the best. You gotta be locked in, man. You first play the game, you go through the lane, dunk that. Oh, I'm like, oh yeah, this is done. My bad, though. I ain't know y'all was trash. It was just we just had a bad day. We were trash. So I'm gonna tell you how I met you. Well, I didn't meet you.
I like to with my cheese. So yeah, I'm making stuff cuts for $10.99 when I make the match. It's the giant steps.
You have got to be kidding me. Probably already know that this isn't a giant staircase. There still seems to be some confusion on it. Let me just drive into the ground one last time. This is Oyante Tombo. It is an Incan terrace farm. It looks like stairs. Alright, riddle me this. If this was a staircase built for giants, why is there a human-sized staircase in the middle of it? And another human-sized staircase on the side of it?
True.
Maybe you have human pets, little pet on a guy on a string. That really looks like a giant could live in it. Oh yeah, and this doorway too. It's like 5.5 feet tall. Let's use some context clues. And what's that over there? Is that a terrace farm? Of course that's not a terrace farm. That was a staircase for baby giant. Ready for this? This is my favorite. There is an entire valley right here. Where were they going? How would you feel the need for gigantic steps up this hill into these tiny ass houses?
Yeah, okay, he's the debunker tower guy. I'm glad you exist.
Look at that. There's stairs down the other side of the mountain. Like this is what your giant stairs are made out of. Can you imagine a giant picking this up? Yes, we're gonna make a staircase so I can get over this hill. Giant conspiracy truly makes me believe that the human race is a lost cause.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. The only conspiracy that I do believe 100% is that we need to. Oh, that's the only one. That's the only one. That's the only one I believe we ain't gonna.
This is the moment the managers of this large scam operation discovered they've been hacked. I know a lot more about you than what you think I know.
What do you know about me? Tell me, what's my name? Don't try to be over smart, buddy.
Faisal, you think I don't know your name, buddy?
No, that's not my name.
Let me talk to Dawood, the CEO of Expert Tech Solutions. How about Umar? How about Amar, buddy? I know you're in Ali Tower. Let me talk to Dawood right now. He's sitting looking right at you. You're sitting there in that black and gray jacket with those khakis on that you're wearing. And Amar in his white sweater. All right? And Umar over there in the other desk with the striped black and white long sleeve shirt and a vest on. Next up, I destroyed a couple of their PCs with destructive malware.
Oh.
Why are you so quiet right now? While I destroy your computer, you...
Okay.
Your computer's destroyed, Osme.
Oh, thank you.
But what are these scammers doing to warrant such invasive behavior on my part? In short, this scam company called Expert Tech Solutions impersonates Canadian telecommunications companies like TELUS, Rogers, Bell Canada, and Koodo in order to gain access to their victims' accounts and then use their victims' money to purchase smartphones, which they will then sell for profit. I'm going to show you exactly how this works here in a moment, but before we start, let's get a bold admission from this scammer named Melman that he's scamming, as he speaks with a victim who isn't buying any of his nonsense.
Why do you guys call around people and try to get their information to scam them? That's my question.
It's our job. You know that
Because
it's
it's your
our
job.
Yeah, it's our job to scam people.
It's your job to scam people.
Yeah.
As you can see here, the scammers at Expert Tech Solutions like to have a good time in the call center as they scam Canadians, but they won't be laughing later when it all comes crashing down on them during the confrontation. We're going to get into all the chaos later, but first, let's see how the owners of this operation are able
wishes to
afford this
reclaim my
nice office
city.
and the 30
You call
employees
yourselves
who
New
steal
York's
Canadians every day.
Guardians.
We'll focus on this scammer.
Now
He
is
calls
the
himself
time
Saint,
to
but
prove
his real
it.
name is
They want
Jawad.
blood, but so do I.
Right now we have promotion for latest smartphones like iPhone 17, including 6 plans at very cheap
Stay
price.
alert. This fight is to over.
Vamps are dust. Khonshu hates vampires, which means I do too. Thank you very much.
Those monsters look hungry. Time to see if you're the hero you say, or just another snack. The moon haunts you.
Now Jawad has to email with the associated victim's mobile account. In this case, the victim is a customer of Twitter. The scammer will now head over to the Twitter login page on his PC and attempt to reset the victim's password using the email address that he just received. This is going to email back to the victim with a link to reset the password.
The moon haunts you.
As you get through, this should ask victims to reset the password themselves to something that's made up of a promo password, which, let me be clear, no one from any legitimate telecommunications company will ever have you reset the password to something very made up in order to discount your bill. In any case, you're not to Jawad use this promo password to log into the victim's computer. Reset the password?
Gear up. These enemies won't quit, but neither will you, it
Now Jawad
seems.
is logged in.
Fascinating.
He's finished his part of the scam.
Now,
So we'll
who's
see him
the
do
real
the
monster?
closers to finish the job. Now, when these scammers are logged into the victim's account,
More
they're able to
vampires
see
have
the last
arrived.
4 digits
Ready
of the
yourself
credit
for
card
battle.
number and file.
And
But
don't
in order to
down
clear the
that
fraud
arch
penalty,
very much.
they'll need the full credit card number. Now, they'll make it alive, but the victim has to pay the delivery fee to get this done.
Very much.
But wait, why are we seeing them order an iPhone 16 Pro Max today? Didn't the business want to Samsung phone for the update?
The moon haunts you.
They do this on purpose. They will always order a device opposite of what the person wants. This is because later there'll be a full simultaneous about how they ordered the wrong phone, and if you buy the system with a shipping label,
A gift from Khonshu.
but the shipping label will be marked for the residential address of Bank in Ontario, where they'll have a money rule
Take a moment and enjoy the
profit after
peace.
selling the stolen phone
It
at the
won't
black
last
market.
for
Later on,
long.
you'll see me fish out the mule address from Faisal, the guy who appears to enjoy massages from his employees in the manager's office. But
Such
first, as you're seeing on the
remarkable
screen,
power.
Peter, he's talking
I hope you
listening
put
to
it to
some
good
public
use
phone
for
on the
once.
website.
Another wave incoming.
There you go. Phone is ordered. Now you'll see the treasure pass the phone off to the supervisor of the operation, the wall.
The moon haunts you.
And all the things that come to the wrong phone to get ordered, and that we will always be fixed in the next 24 hours.
The moon haunts you!
So the law goes out of gun, after all of the systems go on, they walk it back to FICO and the major benefits, and the witness is still getting the second shot. After that's over, they still return and the planning comment behind the gun. Now, while I wasn't able to get a third
Congratulations on surviving another round. Let's hope your luck continues to
I'm going to show you the longest, most up-close confrontation on CCTV that I've ever had with any group of students.
I hate to admit it, but I'm impressed. Vacation's over. Back to work. We've still got some heroism left in you. The moon haunts you!
I was at the time that they were experiment in the Alden Tower, the 19th-story connected building in the Port Pakistan, located in Jordan, which is one of the key zones in the metro area of the world. But this is a huge connected tower. What floor is it? Well, expert technicians have several cameras inside and outside of the office. The ones in the hallway provide some EPCV, including entrance to car filters and the stairwell. But camera 1, which shows the view of the elevator, that I didn't know that I needed. I was able to find this great footage of some
The moon haunts you!
that my niece was situated between floor P2 and floor 1 and the Alden Tower, which is the precise location of these suites. With expert techniques and location lessons, you really need to understand who is responsible. Now, just by viewing the cameras, it would appear that the owners and managers have the group office and have the floor managers are the ones who bring back the
Congratulations on surviving another round.
But the answer is
Let's hope your luck continues to hold. Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once. More vampires have arrived. Ready yourself for battle.
Before I devour you, I shall feast on your bones.
So here's a video alongside this one that will feature a deep dive on how duct campaigns work in Pakistan. So please go to the second video after the description. I'll have a link to it below in the description.
Before I devour you. I shall feast on your bones.
And it's saying that I never received the address from the phone. One of the closest, John Marshall,
Thank you, my friend.
I am the light in the darkness.
Yes, I was supposed to be sending...
Once again, the Vampire King is defeated, and the darkness has been banished. But is this really the end of the story?
So what we will need to do for you, sir, we will be able to create a return label for you and send you the label. Are you able to drop off the package to the FedEx? Because the label will be from a FedEx.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it okay for you if we can send you the label on your doorstep?
I mean, you can text it to me on this number, I'll get it.
Alright, you will be getting a text from our side. Thank you for your time, sir.
Alright, take care. Bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, sir. I'm your account specialist.
How do I get,
Just check if you have received return label, sir.
points?
Yeah, I've got it here. Okay, Brampton, Ontario. So, we now know that the phones get shipped to a residential home in Brampton, Ontario. I can't reveal the address or the picture of the house because it's not clear if this home is being occupied by a money mule or if the money mule simply waits at the address for the package to arrive using the FedEx tracking info. Now, before moving on to the confrontation with these scammers, let's name the folks who hang out in this office to administer both the phone theft scam and the duct cleaning campaign. Please note that from here on out, I will refer to the phone theft scam as the mobility scam, a term that the scammers themselves use. Okay, so we've got Dawood here. According to his Instagram, he is the CEO of Expert Tech Solutions, and you can see ads that he's posted for this Canadian project as well. But check out that logo for Expert Tech Solutions. Here's a nice shot of Dawood sitting at his PC with that very same logo as his background. And this is Faisal. He's the one who referred to himself as my account specialist. And then he texted me a shipping label so I could send a stolen phone to the mule address in Brampton, Ontario. Faisal will later claim that he only ran the mobility scam for a short period of time and that his main hustle is the duct campaign featured in Pleasant Green's video. I will later share evidence that he was trying to deceive me with this statement, but I'll let you be the judge. Boomer will later claim that he runs Expert Tech Solutions, but that it's only a realty company he uses to rent out office space to Dawood and Faisal. He says he has nothing to do with either the phone theft scam or the duct cleaning campaign covered in Pleasant Green's video. But I recorded Boomer answering the phone like this.
Department, how may I help you?
The man literally impersonated Kudo on CCTV. And by the way, this happened the day of the confrontation, so any claims that they stopped doing this kind of just are completely out the window for me. Then we have Amar. Amar's involvement isn't entirely clear, but he's there with the CEO, owners, and managers often. He works on their PCs, doing something. And I did find this Instagram post with Amar, Umar, and Dawood. They're all together. They look pretty chummy here. Are they best friends? Business partners? Or are they literally brothers, like the post suggests? Next up, we've got Bilal. Faisal and Dawood will later attempt to separate themselves from Bilal and claim that he is the mastermind behind the mobility scam. This could be partially true, but Faisal and Dawood were absolutely stealing phones, as you'll hear them admit later. Bilal definitely seems to manage the mobility scammers on the floor, and he's there every single day, supervising the scams and closing deals. Bilal did not respond to my phone calls after the confrontations that you'll see later, and he doesn't seem to have any active social media. And then we've got Shahryar. We spoke with him earlier when trying to get mule addresses. He's a closer for the mobility scam, and I've seen him post on social media trying to hire, and I quote, agents for Canada Mobility and Canadian Mobility Processors. It seems he's instrumental in hiring and closing deals, maybe doubling his HR and floor manager. So with that, the stage is set. Let's launch right into this confrontation. I'll start with Umar first in the upper right of the screen before moving to Faisal and Dawood.
Dispatch Department, how may I help you?
I'm asking you a very pointed question. Why do you think that it's okay to do what you're doing right now?
It is okay.
Do you think that stealing people's phones is okay? You guys stole money from my brother in Brampton, Ontario. I recorded the entire phone call with my mom, by the way. Have you ever had any run-ins with the FIA? Umar appears to be unfazed, but if I were him, I'd want to disclose what happened in that call to Dawood and Faisal. Speaking of Faisal, I will now call him. He's pictured out of frame on the bottom of the screen, and during the beginning of this call, it was very difficult to not tell him his real name, because he asked me to do that a couple of times. He was like kind of daring me to tell him his real name. But it does come pouring out of
Dracula wishes to reclaim my city.
Hello?
You call yourselves New York's guardians. Now is the time to prove it.
Why do you
They
think
want
that's okay,
blood,
buddy?
but so do I.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how your company pretends to be from TELUS and steals
Gear up.
phones.
These enemies
Yeah.
won't fit, but neither will you, it seems.
Thank you very much.
No, I think it was the wrong number.
No, buddy. Listen, I know a lot more about you than what you think I know. Okay?
Fascinating.
What do you know about me?
Now, the real monster.
Don't try to do it.
Has the FIA ever hit you up there in the door?
The moon haunts you.
And what are you talking about?
You think I don't know your name, buddy?
Rise and fall.
You think I don't know your name, Faisal? Okay, how about Dawood? Let's talk to Dawood. Let me talk to Dawood. Nobody's here about the name Dawood? Really? The CEO of Expert Tech Solutions?
The moon haunts you.
What is this? Hey buddy, how about Boomer? How about Amar?
Rise and fall.
I know you're in Ali Tower, okay? I hope you have it on speakerphone right now, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you keep on saying that. You know what the cops are telling you?
The moon haunts you.
You would die with these parties.
Take a moment and enjoy the peace. It won't last for
Pass the
long.
phone to him, coward.
A hero at their peak. I hate to admit it, but I'm
You
in.
want to tell me why you think it's okay to
Vacation is over. Back to work.
steal
Oh,
people's
you've still got
phones
some
from them?
heroism left in you.
Now, the end of this is
The moon haunts you.
I want to confirm you directly right now to the man that black and gray jacket with the buttons on that you're wearing, and Omar to do white sweater, alright? And Una over there in the other gun with the bright black and white bomb suit shirt with his vest on. Look at the kid in his vest. Don't know who the guy is.
The moon haunts you.
He's got a black jacket on with a red shirt. As you sit there and smoke cigarettes inside your office, so. What's that little picture guy over there on your jacket with a red ribbon?
Thank you very much.
What's that? You just looked at it just now. What is that?
The moon haunts you.
Yeah, I want to settle it. How do we settle it?
That's what I'm talking about. You need to go in. You want to go in. That's how you settle it down.
All those money that you guys stole, all those phones that you stole, right? No one's going to get those back, okay? You guys sitting out office, they're maybe like 1 or 2 days
Stay
a
alert.
week, right?
This fight
You
isn't
don't
over
think
yet.
you're paying your agents, and you guys fill your pockets.
Rise and
So,
fall.
I don't want money. Money means all to me, buddy.
More
I want
vampires
to
have
know
arrived.
exactly
Ready
why you
yourself for
think
battle.
it's okay
And don't you
to
dare let
steal
my
money from
city
people
down.
so you can sit over there and get it.
The moon haunts you.
If you want something from us, you can if you just want to talk with me, but I'm going to handle the call, after that, do whatever you want to do. You know better that these folks won't be happy without
Rise and fall.
you're going to complain.
The moon haunts you.
As far as the cover is down, if not, then you can just go ahead and do that, and you can do all of it. You can do this doesn't work. Okay? You can look at this here. If you do that, you want to but I'm again asking you, what do you want to see like if it's right, stand or not? You didn't stand up, right? Don't stand up.
The moon haunts you.
You stand up. You can tell me, you know, you can tell me, I told you, you want to do what you want to do. I expect you to okay, you can work. That is the different like if you understand with your money, then you should not.
Congratulations on surviving another round.
What do you want?
Let's hope your
Here's
luck
what I want you to do.
continues
I
to
want you
hold.
to return all the money to your victims. I know you're not going to do that. You're too selfish for that. You're too selfish for that, bro.
Another wave incoming.
You're
The moon haunts you.
because you don't know like how much will happen. And I know how all the things are going on. If you know that much about us, that you hear us after the time, you think that
Well, you're a hacker, right? You're a hacker. I mean, you can know all about me, buddy.
The moon haunts you.
Rise and fall.
I don't take blind from standing. I don't care how high it is.
The moon haunts you. These vigilantes never surrender. Take a moment and enjoy the peace. It won't last for long. Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once.
Are you listening to me right now? Expert Tech Solutions.
More vampires have arrived. You are nothing compared to me. Come sitting down. Sealed in the moon haunts you. I will suck the marrow from your bones. Thank you very much.
I've been doing the last 4-5 years.
What about the mobility piece? You told me on CCTV that you were my first account executive, and you arranged me to print out a FedEx shipping label so I could photograph the phone.
The moon haunts you.
I know how it works.
I'm a certified flight digester.
Rise and fall. Sealed in blood.
But I tried to send that after that I just worked out.
Another less than noble sacrifice. Crimson Tempest never saw it.
On CCTV,
Crimson Tempest.
On my system,
Sealed in blood.
7 CCTV is right above where you
The moon haunts you.
A gift from Pusher.
So we were talking about that temperature.
Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. The moon haunts you. Rise and fall. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble. Sealed in place, vigilantes never surrender.
Damn!
Crimson Tempest. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. The moon haunts you. Sealed in blood. Crimson Tempest.
You get the wrong phone system and have it sent to a mirror. You know that that's illegal, right?
The moon haunts you. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender.
They don't do 20-30%. They don't do everyone like that you can
Thank you very much. Another less than Crimson Tempest vigilantes never surrender.
I'd be like, I don't know what it's like.
There ahead. I am sacred stones. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Crimson Tempest. Seal the moon haunts you. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender.
my videos, I feel like this was a good play with Bilal, but they're actually two Bilals, so don't get him confused with the supervisor Bilal, who wasn't the office guy. My audio is muted, so it's basically not moving while they huddle around and noble sacrifice. I'm talking to you.
Vigilantes never surrender.
Hey, it's me. It's Scam Sandwich, Bilal.
These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble sacrifice.
Why don't you let me talk to Bilal?
These vigilantes never surrender. My immortal reign cut short again. How can this be?
What are you guys up to, buddy?
Once again, the Vampire King is defeated, and the darkness has been banished. But is this really the end of the story?
I know all about you guys, buddy. Why are you guys scamming people right now, buddy? Yeah, Amar, you're still in the office, man. You're gonna sit there with your headphones on and not say a single word to me. Yeah, put Dawood on. Put Dawood on. Thank you, Amar. Dawood, you told me that you were leaving the office. You said that you were only doing the duct campaign. But here you are on row 3, outside of the duct campaign rows, right? The first 2 rows. Yo, take me off of mute, Dawood. Why are you back in the office right now? You guys look really worried, man. You guys tried to tell me that you were just doing the duct thing. I don't believe you, Dawood. I'm still watching you guys. You know, like you told all your agents who I am. You've got your agents watching my videos, you know, in between stealing phones. So, dude, okay. All right, bye, Dawood. The cameras then came down permanently, but they kept scamming as scammers do. Anyway, you're now seeing the remaining PCs I was still watching, so I figured that the nail in the coffin here should be running destructive malware on them while speaking with them through their headphones. You'll hear some loud sounds from their computer audio and see the first hints of visual effects on their screens before the connection is cut and their PCs are destroyed.
Is there some reason why you're calling me?
Yeah, thanks for picking the call. How are you?
Hello?
This is from Talent. It's just a feedback call regarding the services. Are you facing any kind of trouble?
Is this Osme? This is Osme, right? From Expert Tech Solutions, isn't it? That's who I'm talking to right now, isn't it, Osme? Hey, Osme. Hey, Osme. What are you doing? What are you doing right now, buddy? Hey, Osme. Hey, Osme. What are you doing?
For real, so I go up to them and I'm giving her and the other girl she was with compliment.
Where was the compliment? She walked up and was like, "You ready to shake ass?" Where was the compliment? Got attacked at McDonald's, and I saw Abba and Breach talking about it, and I gotta be honest, I feel like Abba was being a little unfair to one of the characters.
Dracula wishes to reclaim my city. You call yourselves New York's guardians. Now is the time to prove it.
They want blood, but so do I.
Be a little harsh on this one chick, you feel me? But yeah, let's go.
Gear up. These enemies won't
I'm ready to knock out some
neither will you.
Thank you very much.
Singer Ice Spice was
Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once. More vampires have arrived. Ready yourself for battle. There, let my city down.
A gift from the moon haunts you.
peace. It won't last for long. Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once. Another wave incoming. Hold the line. The moon haunts you. Rise and fall. The moon haunts you. Congratulations on surviving another round. Let's hope your luck continues to hold.
A gift from Khonshu.
Those monsters look hungry. Time to see if you're the hero you say, or just another snack. Another less than noble sacrifice. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. The moon haunts you! Stay alert! This fight isn't over yet. Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once. Vacation's over. Back to work. Hope you've still got some heroism left to you. The moon haunts you! Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. The moon haunts you! Gear up. These enemies won't quit, but neither will you, it seems. Fascinating. Now, who's the real monster? More vampires have arrived. Ready yourself for battle. Rise. The moon haunts you. Thank you very much. The moon haunts Thank you very much. The moon haunts you. Thank you very much. The moon haunts you. There ahead, I found one. The moon haunts you.
If you have a friend who likes to crash out, I don't think you're obligated.
Once again, the Vampire King is defeated, and the darkness has been banished. But is this really the end of the story?
Removing her from the situation, and Ice Spice is the one that is kind of pressing the issue, right? And so her friend is trying to stop her. If you're not a fighter, you're trying to de-escalate the situation. You know what I'm saying? You summarize that this is stupid, this is dumb, this is dangerous, and you're like trying to put a stop to it. I don't think you're obligated to crash out with your friend just because they're crashed out. But then I kind of started to see what Abba was saying from the point of view of she got attacked first. You know what I'm saying? It'd be one thing if your friend is the instigator, but when your friend is the one being attacked, you know, yeah, in a perfect world, once you see that the girl is being removed by somebody who is like there with her, in a perfect world, you would just calm down and be like, okay, this is over, let's get out of here. But Ice Spice is a person, she is emotions, she's entered into that fight or flight kind of state. And so, yeah, she's angry, she wants to continue to, you know what I'm saying, deal with the situation. And so I can see where Abba is coming from, like, yeah, well, okay, in a situation like that, you know what I'm saying, you're my friend, you gotta ride with me, you know what I'm saying, rock out for me. But ultimately, I feel like they both kind of wrong in a sense, because it's not like she just turned and walked away while Ice Spice was still fighting the girl. The girl wasn't even in the room anymore. So that was the first little thing You know, I was like, I don't really agree with that, bro. But there's some more interesting shit to talk about with this situation. So let's continue. So here is the little in-between part that, you know what I'm saying, that connects the initial video where she was first attacked by this weirdo girl. And when we see her outside and her boyfriend looking like he trying to fight her. This is the video that connects the two of them. All right, so check this out. Tell me what you think about this.
The attacking party is their perspective. Yeah.
So she's drunk, apparently. Which is not an excuse, by the way.
That's like her boyfriend who pulled the girl out that's happy with. Why is this guy pulling up his pants like he's gonna beat up by Spice? Because he ain't got no better. Are you gonna look in their face? Yeah. He's weird too. Yeah, they're weird. Yeah, they're weird. He's a fucking they're all weirdos. Listen, I get defending your girl, but if your girl starts a fight and she starts a beef, and then they about to go at it, and you get in the way as a man, that's weird. Oh, he crashing out. He's gonna find my girl. Nah. His girl bitch me, he bitch me too.
Yeah. So as you can see, Ice Spice, she was pressing the issue. I'm not gonna say that she was wrong to you. It's completely understandable. You get into that fight or flight situation, and hey, you enter that fight mode. It's kind of hard to calm down. It's kind of hard to relax, even if it looks like somebody is trying to like end the situation. You know, that girl is still on 10, you're still on 10, you want to run a fair one. Ice Spice got to know better than that, though. You know what I'm saying? I understand people are saying she fell off, people are saying that Ice fell off. Right? She might be thinking she ain't got much in you, but still, you can get hot again, you're still young, you know what I'm saying? You still got fame and clout, and so I'm sure you still have connections, and so you can't allow yourself to be roped into a situation like this where, you know, shit could have gone incredibly badly. And so even though I don't think that she was wrong on a human level, from just a strategic and a wisdom level, I feel like it would have been better for her to walk away from that situation. But regardless, the fact that this girl's boyfriend wanted to fucking fight her, complete goofy cornball weirdo, who obviously hates women and just wanted an excuse to put his hand on a woman, especially a famous woman. You know what I'm saying? And this is exactly why, if you are a famous person, I mean, I understand it's a little impractical. It's hard to have security around you all the time, especially if you're not raking in the cash like that. You know, but whenever possible, man, you can't just be outside like this, especially when you're this kind of famous. You're Ice Spice famous. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got a popular YouTube channel to the point where sometimes I run into people that recognize me. But it's, you know what I'm saying, Ice Spice, she's a household name. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people know Ice Spice. I feel like when you're at that level of fame, to just be outside McDonald's in LA with a chick, with just one other girl, I feel like that's incredibly reckless, incredibly, you know, just not perfect. You gotta hit that point. You gotta hit the release at that point, for real. So towards the end of this video, Abba goes back to criticizing the girl in red, saying that he would rather have Ice Spice as a friend than the girl in red. And I don't really agree with that, bro. Check this out. Tell me what y'all think.
Oh, he said that.
And this is when they're outside, you know, the man is getting violent.
Nah, him trying to... Oh, she gets me up at her. This guy pulled. Oh, now they're ganging up on her.
Hey, don't jump her!
You hear that, man? The boyfriend, how he's yelling and screaming? What a fucking loser.
I will say, this is the smartest behavior now, but if you have somebody like that by your side, she take it and swing at everything for you. And I respect that. I respect that. I don't agree with like that kind of retaliation. How do you want people to go into the aspect? But you know, I also don't want the girl in the red as my friend. I'd rather have 10 Ice Spices. I ain't gonna lie. Ice Spice is minding her business, not starting no shit. She don't seem like she getting a bunch of fights with people. People going to for her. I would rather have somebody who's snatching and gonna have your bag. And I don't care if there's 5 niggas that right beside you, then someone who's like, so my extensions. So yeah, I'm a defender. I'm a defender. Fuck that dude who don't want to just grab his girl and fucking leave. Instead, you want to get up in Ice Spice. They both are fucking clowns for trying to get at her. I laughed at. And people ask what started this? Ice Spice was really her damn business. And
yeah, I gotta completely disagree, bro. I'd rather have that white girl as my friend than Ice Spice in terms of temperament. Why? Because the entire time, the white girl is just trying to de-escalate the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, the entire time, she's not even concerned about the other girls. She's trying to, like, pull Ice Spice back. Ice Spice has something to lose. You don't want people that want you to crash out. That's wrong. That's what the problem is with a nigga like Lil TJ. You know what I'm saying? You know how TJ, he just got caught up with Offset. Offset got shot in Vegas. It's because TJ had friends that were on the go. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having friends that are like, bro, fuck that nigga, man, shit, he a loser, bro. He's a bum. He's a buster, bro. Like, forget this dude, man. Nah, you got something to lose, man. Like, chill. You feel me? I think that's better. You also got to think about this situation. They are out here dolo, bro. Just 2 of them. They're out here dolo in a fucking random McDonald's being approached by a group of people they do not know. They could have had knives. They could have had guns. It's like, oh yeah, I'd rather somebody come crash out with me. What happened when both of them get shot? What happened when Ice Spice gets stabbed up? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what these people are, who these people are, and what they got on them. And it's more of them. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it was at least a group of 4 people versus just y'all. You know what I'm saying? And so I actually feel like it's much better to have the friend in the red than to have a friend like Ice Spice. You know what I'm saying? But so that was just my one little pushback. You know what I'm saying? It's not that deep, but I was just listening to their video because, you know, I follow Abin Priest. I watch their videos all the time too. And I was like, I don't know, Ab, I don't really agree with that part. But here, let's actually, if y'all want some real fucking comedy, bro. So the girl who did all this bullshit, who attacked Ice Spice, she ends up explaining herself on Instagram. And this girl is just lying through her teeth the whole time, bro. Before we watch her trying to tell the narrative of what happened, I want y'all to refresh your memories of exactly how this all unfolded, right? So she walks into the building with her happy ass. She's skipping over with her knock knees. Look at them knees knocking together. Fucking knock knee ass chick. She come over here, and this is what happens, right? She comes over, doesn't even say hi. She just says, y'all shaking ass or some bullshit? Like, it's insane. She like walked up and said, you ready to shake ass? And then Ice Spice is like, ready for what? And she's like, shake ass. And then Ice Spice is like, that's what you do, you shake ass? And then she's like, so go shake ass. And then she instantly like, so you from Cali? So you from Cali? Are you from Cali? Are you from there? Going back and forth. This is them getting ready to fight. Where are you from? She said, I'm from McDonald's. No, I'm from Wendy's. And then she instantly starts to attack her. So that's what happened. Listen to what this chick had to say when she tried to give her side of the story of how this all unfolded.
I was with my friends and everything, and we came from the beach earlier that night, and we decided to go walk around Hollywood or whatever. But before we did that, we decided to stop by McDonald's because we all had to use the bathroom. So then one of my friends, she comes out and she was like, oh, I think that's Ice Spice over there. And I'm like, oh, for real? So I go up to them, and I'm giving her and the other girl she was with a compliment. And then immediately, Ice Spice was just being rude. She was like, why are you over here? You can leave, bye. And I'm like, why are you being rude, pretty much? And she was basically saying, like, you could just leave, bye. Like, I don't even know why you're at my table. Then that's when I proceeded.
What? What?
her and the other girl. One of my friends, she comes out and she was like, oh, I think that's Ice Spice over there. And I'm like, oh, for real? So I go up to them and I'm giving her and the other girl she was with compliment.
Where was the compliment? She walked up and was like, you ready to shake ass?
Stay alert.
You hate
This fight
vampires,
isn't
which
over
means I
yet.
do too. Rise and fall.
How, where, where? You can leave by.
Those monsters look hungry. Time to see if you're the hero you say, or just another snack. The moon haunts you.
Rise and fall. Leave them to punch you. Strike! The moon haunts you!
Take a moment and enjoy the peace. It won't last for long. A hero at their peak. I hate to admit it, but I'm impressed. Vacation's over. Back to work. Hope you've still got some heroism left in you. The moon haunts you! The moon haunts you! Leave them to punch you! The moon haunts you! Congratulations on surviving another round. Let's hope your luck continues to hold. A hero at their peak. I hate to admit it, but I'm impressed.
Thank you very much.
Another wave incoming. Hold the line. The moon haunts you. Another less than noble sacrifice. The moon haunts you! These vigilantes never surrender. The moon haunts you! Gear up. These enemies won't quit, but neither will you, it seems. A hero at their peak. I hate to admit it, but I'm impressed. More vampires have arrived. Ready yourself for battle. And don't you dare let Mark sit you down. The moon haunts you. Leave them to another less than noble sacrifice. The moon haunts you. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Thank you very much. The moon haunts you. Another less than noble sacrifice. Congratulations on surviving another round. Let's hope your luck continues to hold. These vigilantes never surrender. A hero at their peak.
You truly believe yourself my equal?
Against monsters look hungry. I can see if you're the hero you say. Sealed in the snap.
Crimson Tempest! Get from Khonshu!
Rise and fall. The moon haunts you. Another less than noble sacrifice.
Thank you very much.
Another less than noble sacrifice. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Haunts you. These vigilantes never surrender. These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Sealed in blood. Crimson Tempest! The moon haunts you! Crimson Tempest! Strike! Another less than noble sacrifice! Another less than noble sacrifice! The moon haunts you! Another less than noble Crimson Tempest! These vigilantes never surrender! Another less than noble These vigilantes never surrender! Crimson the Tempest! Moon haunts you! Sealed in blood!
Oh, come on, y'all.
By the sacred stones! Another less than noble Another less These vigilantes never surrender! Crimson Tempest! Sealed in blood! The moon! These vigilantes never surrender! These vigilantes never my immortal reign cut short again? How can this be? Once again, the Vampire King is defeated, and the darkness has been banished. But is this really the end of the story?
$718 million. Dang.
So I go up to them and I'm giving her and the other girl she was with compliment.
Where was the compliment? She walked up and was like, "You ready to shake ass?" Where was the compliment?
Hours at work and the daily. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, run by this dude, is now officially investigating the missing scientist cluster that has stricken the nation.
You stack the names together, NASA, MIT, Los Alamos, Caltech, and it looks like a pattern. It feels like something. It feels sinister.
I made a video about a part of this last month and how it sort of has gone back through history, but the story and the situation has developed to a level that I didn't quite foresee. So that's what today's video is about. There's 5 categories of frontier research that American scientists have been doing quietly for decades. Nickel-based superalloy research. Those are the metals that let rocket engines burn hot enough to leave orbit. Nuclear thermal propulsion. These are the reactor-powered engines that would let us get to Mars and then come back, like in Kerbal Space Program. Asteroid characterization, which is the work of figuring out which space rocks headed at Earth we will actually need to do something about. Also, plasma fusion. Have you ever seen the Fallout television show? Horrible example of scientific accuracy in a television show around fusion, but it is the limitless, clean, awesome energy, and it is incredible. Then there's a smaller, weirder, more bizarro family of theories about how you would build a craft that doesn't push against gravity the way that things usually do. When I think of that, I just think of UFOs and aliens and shit. But that's something that people study, smart people. And now, potentially, if you're one of the people who spent the last decade doing any of those 5 things at NASA, Los Alamos, MIT, Caltech, or potentially the Kansas City National Security Campus, the FBI is now looking at whether or not what's happened to the cluster of people who you work with, whether or not it's a coincidence, or random, or something dark and sinister and evil, like what the internet is speculating. I honestly don't know which camp I fall on. I've seen a lot of crazy shit, and I'm, after the Epstein files, not willing to look past anything. And just the fact that the FBI is actually investigating it, is that, like, good or bad? Because the FBI did investigate. Anyways, we'll move on. As of last month, there was a list with 11 names. 6 of them are dead, 5 of them are missing. That list has gotten bigger over the last month, but this past weekend, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, a congressman named James Comer, went on Fox News and said, "Once you see the facts, it would suggest that something sinister could be happening, and it would be a national security concern." Days later, the director of the FBI, this guy, this weed, this cross-eyed freakazoid, confirmed a formal federal investigation. I will never stop the cash cartel slander, just so you guys know. Same with Dan Bungie. We're going to run through each one of these cases and try to paint a picture based on what's publicly available and empirical evidence and maybe form some kind of rational opinion. I'm going to do my best not to be a conspiracy idiot, okay? Even though I am one. I apologize. When Yes, we'll figure it out together, okay? We'll start with case number 10. It's kind of odd to start with case number 10, but this one has been a conspiracy for quite a while. It's about Ning Li. She was born in 1943 in Shandong, China, and she came up through the physics department at Peking University and immigrated to the United States in 1983. By the early 90s, she was at UAH working out of a lab called the Center for Space, Plasma, and Aeronautical Research. And then she co-wrote 3 papers with a physicist named Douglas Tor that put her name on the map. She's a genius, just to be honest with you guys. The 1991 paper ran in Physical Review D. A year later, Physical Review B. What do those mean? I don't know. They're words to me. But the 1993 one landed in the Foundations of Physics letters, which sounds really good. Either way, all 3 were arguing essentially the same thing, that a rotating superconductor under the right electromagnetic conditions could produce a measurable local gravitational effect. You could create gravity. If you don't speak physics and smart people shit, like I don't, I'm going to translate it for you. They were saying anti-gravity might be a real thing that mainstream physics could actually build. That's how I had to repeat it back to myself.
That's fucked up. They took all my money and didn't give me
incredibly
anything
interesting, and I recommend going down the rabbit hole. Genuinely, if you are interested in science, learn about this. It's so cool, and I wasted an inordinate amount of time researching this, just looking into that. Between 1996 and 2000, Ning Li worked directly with the Flight Center under a cooperative agreement called CC8124. Her co-authors on the 1997 follow-up paper were 4 NASA staff. A guy by the name of David
Dracula wishes to reclaim my city. You call yourselves New York's guardians. Now is the time to prove it.
They want blood, but so do I.
Department of Defense grant for $448,000.
New York, where are we?
Take a moment and enjoy the
Safe until these vamps are done. Thank you very much.
Vacation's over. Back to work. Hope you've still got some heroism left in you. The moon haunts you!
A gift from Khonshu.
The moon haunts you! Stay alert! This fight isn't over!
Things that most people don't care about. They're really hard to control.
You're hilarious.
Why a lot of people sort of think
Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once. Another wave incoming. Hold the line.
A gift from Khonshu.
The moon haunts you. The moon haunts you. Congratulations! Congratulations on surviving another round. Let's hope your luck continues to hold. Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once. Those monsters look hungry. See if you're the hero you say, or just another snack. The moon haunts you! The moon haunts you! Thank you very much. Another less than normal sacrifice. The moon haunts you! Gear up! These enemies, these vigilantes, never surrender.
She talked about ultra-terrestrials, which in her framing meant humans like nature.
Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once. For vampires have arrived. Ready yourself a battle. And don't you dare let my moon haunt you. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. These vigilantes never surrender. The moon haunts you. Thank you very much. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. The moon haunts you. Congratulations on surviving another round. Let's hope your luck continues to hold. Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once. Vacation's over. You are not the one compared to me. Another less than sacrifice.
Hate to see Blade down. Heave the score.
These vigilantes never surrender. You have some fight in you after all.
Take him back.
Rise and fall. Crimson Tempest. Sealed in blood. The moon haunts you. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Not very much. I will suck the marrow from your bones. Another less than noble sacrifice. A gift from Khonshu. The moon! These vigilantes never surrender. Another less than noble sacrifice. These vigilantes never surrender. Crimson Tempest! The moon haunts you! Crimson Tempest! Sealed in blood!
We almost got him, y'all. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him!
Another less than noble sacrifice. By the sacred stones! Another less than
Sacred stone. Kill the stone, Joe.
The moon haunts you! Crimson lanterns never surrender. My immortal
Get him, y'all.
cut short again? Can this be? Once again, the Vampire King is defeated, and the darkness has been banished. But is this really the end of the story?
She warned people that she was going to die, and then said that she was never going to kill herself. And it seems really suspicious based on those things. But objectively, if you watch some of the content that she put out there, she did not seem to be in a very stable state of mind. And she seemed to be stricken with some kind of illness mentally. And that, in and of itself, is a tragedy and deserves to be taken more care of. If you guys
1.2 billion?
reach out to somebody, I know that it feels like a burden to do that type of thing, and there's a concept of when you offer someone that, hey man, just reach out anytime you need me, I'm here for you. That in and of itself is you saddling that person with more of an expectation, and it's almost worse. But as someone who may be struggling, you have to reach out. You have to. You're not burdening anybody. And if you are not struggling, someone who might be struggling, please reach out to them. Genuinely. Just play a game of Arc Raiders. Share a Dr. Pepper. Go to Applebee's. Order an app. All right? Just little simple shit to remind you what we're all here for. Go to Applebee's. No, I don't mean like just talking to people. That's what we're here for. Social creatures. All right, guys. Anyways, all of it is incredibly tragic and sad, and probably should be investigated further, I would say. And however you interpret her statement, words, and things that she was saying, she literally in text gave a reason not to believe in the eventual ruling. She said it explicitly.
Alright.
that were my
Let's get
friend,
some more of
if I
these
was a kid,
in.
I would
Tonight I'll do some.
I would just stop nothing, basically. So, what are you gonna do, I guess? So that's two women in the same city with a link in regard to one of them being told that scientists disappear and referencing one to the other one many years ago. That's really freaky.
So what about the innovator who's afraid of disappearing?
Ming has an official explanation. Amy Eskridge has an official explanation that people are investigating either way because this is, high-stakes stuff. The next three names on the list all work at the same building, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena. About 5,500 employees work there. It's Caltech operated. It's a place that runs most of the planetary missions that you've ever heard of. Three scientists, 3 years in a row, mysterious, very mysterious. Michael David Hicks was 59 years old when he died. He spent 24 years at JPL and he worked on the DART mission, the one where NASA slammed a spacecraft into an asteroid on purpose to see if we could deflect it, which is really cool. He also worked on Dawn, on Deep Space One, on the Near-Earth Asteroid Tracking Program, and he published more than 80 peer-reviewed papers on the physical properties of comets and asteroids. Genius! When he wasn't working, he was shredding on the Uke, and that was between observing runs of Palomar, which is this thing. Very interesting. We'll talk about it a little bit more later. He was also a printmaker and painter, and he did metal working on the side. All these people are so interesting and just complex. On July 30th, 2023, unfortunately, Michael Hicks was found dead at his home in Sunland, California, and his cause of death has never been released publicly. It's not in a medical examiner's report, not in a NASA statement, not in his obituary, but his daughter...
Night glider, I don't even use that, so I don't need that.
Struggling with known medical issues. She also told them this. From what I know of my dad, there's no chain of logic to follow that would implicate him in this federal investigation. In my opinion, that
90% is crazy, though.
I mean, that's a family member there, but then what if she's a alien? What if she's an alien from 52,000 years in the future? I don't know. There's nothing you can say that can't then be reasoned out into some wrong nonsense. The best thing, I guess, is to settle on intent. And the intent is that we don't want to see our scientists murdered by unseen mystery forces. That's a good intent, I guess. That's a healthy intent. But at the same time, it seems like this one was just a human tragedy. A lot of the coverage of Hicks connects his asteroid characterization work to Blue Origin's new Ineo Hunter program, which was announced this March. Ineo Hunter is Jeff Bezos' planetary defense system, which is crazy. And the claim in some articles is that Hicks' methodology was foundational to this system. Blue Origin has seemingly never made him publicly, but his work sits in lineage of any Ineo characterization mission that it could possibly draw on. So that is also true of every working asteroid scientist of his generation as well. So it's like, a little unclear, but you gotta be honest about it. So file that one under very real, impressive research that's has massive, far-reaching consequences, asteroidal impacts, and so on. Frank Maywald was 61 years old and was a principal scientist at JPL, which is a title that the lab reserves for outstanding individual contributors. He got a PhD in applied physics, 25 years, genius. His best-known work was a 2014 paper in the journal Icarus, proposing something extremely clever. The idea that Jupiter gives off decametric radio emissions that are strong enough to cut through the ice shells of its moons. And if you put a spacecraft into orbit and listen to the echo, you can measure how thick the ice is and whether or not there's liquid water underneath. It's called passive radar, and it's one of the few tools we have for finding these subsurface oceans on Europa and Enceladus where life could plausibly exist with a particular baby protein. On July 4th, 2024, Frank Maywald died in Los Angeles. Once again, no cause of death was released. There's no public autopsy, and the reporters contacted JPL to confirm his employment. JPL declined to comment. The only public record marking that he died at all was a single online obituary. NASA never said. So Hicks died in July 2023. Maywald died in July 2024. Same lab. A year later. It's bizarre. But also, not really an anomaly. That is two deaths in the same month across 2 years in a 5,500-person lab. That, in my opinion, is inside the margin for a mathematical coincidence. The anomaly seems to be that neither cause of death has been made public, but I don't know if that's the expectation for normal deaths. And got a statement from NASA or sort of any internal investigation that we can find. I assume the
Keep
FBI
going
will
up.
be able to dig that type of stuff out. The third JPL name on the list is the one that is very bizarre, and I covered in last month's video. That is the case of Monica Reza, who was 60 years old. She had a 37-year career that started at Rockwell in 1988. She moved with the company through the Aerojet Rocketdyne acquisitions and ended with her running the materials processing group at JPL. She's very important. Okay, then I'll explain why. In the mid-90s, she and a colleague named Dallas Hardwick co-invented a nickel-based super alloy called Mongoloid. The name is portmanteau of Monica plus Dallas. Mongoloid solved a very specific problem, along with, it was fun to say, that had been killing American rocket engines for 30 years, and also ended our reliance on Russian rocket engines, by the way. Another rabbit hole I recommend going down: oxygen-rich stage combustion. If you run an engine fuel-rich, it's simpler, but if you run it oxygen-rich, it's more efficient. But oxygen-rich also means the metal parts burn up unless the alloy is clean. It's a very unstable, chaotic, evil environment. It's evil. It's like that. Mongoloid is confirmed in the AR-180, which is the domestic replacement of the airports built for the Russian RB-180, which is what we relied on for a long time. I didn't realize we relied on it for such a long time. We would use Russian engines and Russians were so good at space stuff. I didn't know they were that good. The alloy that this woman helped invent is used in American next-generation rocket engines. That's pretty epic. And last year, on June 22nd, 2025, Monica Reza went hiking on the Mount Waterman Trail in Angeles,
Daily grind? I just didn't have the time. I would
the outbreak. I'm hungry every day, which helps manage my appetite and my blood sugar. It makes managing weight so much easier. I had an online consultation, and my treatment just showed
Dracula wishes to reclaim my city. You call yourselves New York's guardians. Now is the time to prove it.
They want blood, but so do I.
Gear up. These enemies won't quit, but neither will you, it seems.
Thank you very much.
A hero at their peak. I hate to admit it, but I'm impressed. Vacation's over. Back to work. Hope you've still got some heroism left in you. Such remarkable power. I hope you put it to good use for once. More vampires have arrived. Ready yourself for battle. And don't you dare let my city down.